Alright, so today I wanted to take another look at this Voodoo Octave pedal by Joyo that was lent to me, and just take it and maybe compare it in kind of rapid succession to a few drive pedals that I have, kind of blending them together, and then I'll probably stack one of them at the end here. Just with the way that this is all set up, it's way easier to start this way and then cut it back as the video goes on. So let's go ahead and just start with my clean tone. I've got my LTD. This is the MH1001 model that's running into the signal blender. Channel A is going to the Voodoo Octave. Channel B is going to, at the moment, the SD1 Super Overdrive. This is the 50th anniversary kind of gold edition there. And then I'm running out the output of this into the simplifier. So clean tone, and I've got the Marshall settings right now. Not a lot of gain on it. I'm not really going to need it. In fact, let's clean it up a little bit more. Bring the volume up, clean that up. Because I'm going to be getting a lot of gain as we go along here. So Marshall settings, 412 cabs, greenback speakers. That's my clean tone. So let's go ahead and start with the Voodoo Octave, and I am in D standard. Okay, that's with everything pretty much straight up. Let's darken it up a little bit. Let's keep it the full range, normal. Okay, there's that, and then we have Super Overdrive. So I'm getting like the clarity of this one, but still getting like the heavy tones of the Voodoo Octave. Kind of a palm muted, kind of choppy thing as well. Let's do the octave up. Good harmonics on that. Okay, and I'm not going to mess around with it too much, but I can blend that out. I can bring in some clean as well. Probably not that much, just enough to give it some clarity. So that's kind of an idea of what we would have with the kind of overdrive with it. So let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to unplug this one. Let's see. So I'm going to go from overdrive to just like a full distortion. So DS1. Had this one a long time. Don't have a battery in there, so let's hook this. There we go. Here's the DS1. Don't want to get too crazy with the tone on that one. That's the Voodoo Octave. Here's the DS1, both. Brighten this one up a little bit. I feel like it kind of digs in nice with the these blend controls that I'm using, they're not controlling the volume or the signal that is being sent to the pedals. It's controlling what is being sent back. It's getting like a full blast of my signal. I feel like these kind of complement each other, so just the fuzz on its own. Guess one. Both. Octave up. Let's go ahead and maybe try another one out while I've got it here. So unplug this. Let's go up to a higher distortion, the metal zone. And I know that metal zone is usually going to sound better going through the effects loop one of those ways, but it still blends all right and can work out. And, you know, people complain about the way that things sound, and maybe I don't know how they're setting it up, but of course you can always back off those sounds. You don't have to have things boosted and expect to have the sound good. So I say it sounds like bees. That's the metal zone. Ooh, let's see. If you hold this down too long, then it becomes momentary. Maybe do that. Let's turn the fuzz down a little bit because it's going to be a pretty loud signal. There is a lot of range. Let's maybe cut the mid range out of it. Still pretty aggressive. Is that the metal zone? Like it's okay, but it's really something I feel like you might wind up getting ear fatigue from, which that kind of might be a weird concept to some people. The louder is better and things, but no, you can wear your ears out if you've got too much, you know, hitting the mix, trying to all compete for the same frequencies. You might want to try actually using the metal zone to kind of tame some of that stuff. Pull it back a little. And to add some clarity, let's add it. Sometimes if you're not careful adding in the clean, then it can seem like the clean is like taken over, and it's because you're playing real hard, and you know, distortion is kind of like compression and forcing your signal into this glass ceiling that's kind of causing it to kind of distort and everything. And with a clean signal, you typically don't have that same type of compression going on with it. You can add a compressor to it and, you know, make all the clean notes be around the same volume. But if you're playing really hard and, you know, say with high gain distortion, if you're playing really hard and it doesn't make a difference between picking hard, picking soft, or anything, but you go to play with a clean channel. I hope I'm not getting too lost on this, but yeah, you can play too hard playing clean, and it's going to stand out. For instance, see how much more the clean stands out? If I pick gently, though, clean kind of goes away, but the storage signal stays the same. And I know I have some signal blend or string blend from the microphone being close to my strings, but it's the channel that you're in, so let's back it off. So you might have to just back it somewhere around there. But So that would be with the metal zone distortion blending with this. So again, I think I'm impressed with the Voodoo Octave pedal, just as far as what it does, but it is still, a $40 fuzz pedal, but I do still like the sound of it. But I don't know about stacking it, or excuse me, blending it. How well that's really going to help us out with it. So really improve the tone. So let's do this. Let's maybe try not blending it, but stacking it just a little bit here. And obviously, it's putting off so much distortion that we don't really probably need one of the high gain drives to try with this. Let's just go back to Super Overdrive and do this one again. There we go. All right. Voodoo Octave, Super Overdrive. Let's bring down the gain. You see the level, there's a big difference. What about the tone? So that's pretty flexible, using that tone knob on the Super Overdrive. They're about 10 o'clock. It kind of just helps tame that sound. What about with the octave up? The SD1 can do some interesting things with your tone. So that's what it sounds like when the SD1 is after the Voodoo Octave. Let's just flip them around real quick. Alright. And I like to plug them in this way. So guitar, start the chain. That way you're not hearing the pop every single time or it's coming through your speakers or anything. So there we go. Just keep that to a minimum. Here we go. The octave, and now we'll have the Super Overdrive hitting the front of it. Obviously, if I drop the volume down, it's not sending near the volume that this thing needs. Even by turning it up, it's just kind of starved of signal. Tone control, a little bit of a difference. I feel like that's too much with the octave coming after all that. Okay, so I think I've kind of got my idea with this. The Voodoo Octave is cool, but I don't know how well it's going to play with other overdrives and things. Of the blended options, I really don't know which one I like the most. The metal zone has the most tone control, having the parametric low, high, and then mid with the sweepable mid frequency that you can mess with there. So that's cool. It's just it is a lot of noise. You know, the things that people complain about with the Metal Zone, it doesn't help with those things. It probably makes them stand out even more. This one was okay, but it's still kind of almost close to the clean signal that I could have been blending in anyway. So probably the DS1 of those choices would be the best. But I think that ultimately stacking it with the Super Overdrive coming after the Voodoo Octave, so the one I did just before this, probably the best, because the Super Overdrive has a good kind of preamp style effect to the sound, and maybe keeps that octave up, you know, in line a little bit more. It sounded kind of wild there when I was just using it at the end. So that's at least my thoughts on it. This might just be good pedal to have on and not mix with too many things there. I might try messing around with it a little bit more, see if I can find other useful things I can show off with it before I send it back. But thank you guys very much, and I will see you in another video here soon. Thanks.